Well, hey there, YouTube. Just thought I'd make a video to help somebody out who's thinking about surge protection for their RV. And we are on the road full time. This is probably the 50th campground we've been to this year. We're currently in Palm Springs, as you can probably see by the palm trees. We have a 50 amp connection, and this, as you can see, is our power pole, yet we are connected now to this power pole. So what happened was the other night, we had been here for almost 3 weeks, and out of the blue, everything inside our fifth wheel started flashing, and our air conditioner was surging up and down and up and down. So I shut everything off, came out to the power pole to see what was going on, and this is the surge protector that we had. It's a good one. It's the Hughe's PDW50. This is the one I have now, and I'll tell you the story. The PDW50 is good, but the PDW50 EPO, the EPO stands for Emergency Power Off, and what it does is automatically shuts off the power to the rig if the voltage gets above 132 volts or below 104 volts. In our particular case, the voltage started fluctuating out of the blue and went down below 104 volts. And I'd never had that happen before, but it just happened out of the blue. And if you know anything about Ohm's law, you understand that for the same wattage draw, if you have less volts, you have more amps. And so that's exactly what happened. Our voltage went down, so our amps went up, and it blew the circuit board for our air conditioner. We have 2 air conditioners, thank goodness, but it blew the circuit board on one of them. I came out and looked at the power Watchdog, and you can see if you have 3 green lights, that means power's on, everything's normal. If you have 1 yellow light, that means that in this particular case showing line 1 and neutral reversed, if you have a 50 amp like we do. These 2 were both green, and this one all of a sudden was fluctuating between green and yellow. It was flashing on and off green and yellow. So something was whacked out. So I moved our power, still did not have this one, still had this one. So moved our power over to this pole using our PDW50, not the PDW50 EPO, and all 3 green lights were on, so it seemed to be okay. Went back in and turned everything back on. Everything seemed to be fine, and the air conditioner started fluctuating up and down and up and down and up and down, and then blew a fuse through a breaker, actually. So came back out to make sure everything was okay. It seemed to be, the lights were on, lights were good. Went back in and turned the breaker back on, and I heard a loud pop, and the board on the air conditioner blew. And I realized real quickly we had to get something figured out, because if it looks warm, it is. It's 105 degrees here today. And as you guys all know, these are hot boxes and they warm up rather quickly. So thank goodness we have the other air conditioner, and we cranked it up, turned some fans on, and it kept the inside reasonable. Called a mobile repair person down here who fortunately was able to come right out. He did some tests and discovered the air conditioner itself was fine. The starting capacitor was fine. There were no problems, except that the fan would not start. We could hear the compressor turn on, but the fan would not start. So he diagnosed it as a bad board. I was able to find that board on Amazon And I ordered it and it came the next day, and I put it in and bam, we had air conditioning again, thank goodness. So $180 to have him out, and $100 for the board means I spent an extra $280. And then while I was at it, I bought this one. This is the Hughe's Power Watchdog PWD 50-EPO. And we have this hooked up now. So now if we ever have a power fluctuation like we did, the power will be shut off automatically and we won't lose things such as our air conditioning. Now, for those of you looking to make a decision on which one to get, after my experience here and speaking with the RV tech who came out, I would absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, buy one of these. Progressive makes one, and I think they're both probably good. I like the Power Watchdog because the price was about the same as the Progressive, but if it ends up getting too many surges, there's a little board in there that you can replace for about 40 bucks as opposed to having to shell out another 300. And you can't really see it right now, but as long as everything's good, this little guy turns white. So he's actually lit up white right now. And if there's something wrong, he'll turn red. There's also Bluetooth, and so it connects to my phone. And if anything happens to the power, I get a notification on my phone. This guy here too is also Bluetooth, but it doesn't have the emergency power off feature. So the difference between the two, I think this one's about 200 or a little less, and this one's about 300. It's about $100 difference. But as you can see in my particular case, not spending the extra 100 cost me 300 in repair to my air conditioner, not to mention a full day of pretty warm temperatures inside the rig. So I would say if finances allow, spend the money on a surge protector that will truly do its job. This one will actually take surges and helps out if there is a power surge, but it does nothing if the voltage goes down. Unlike this one will shut off the power if the voltage fluctuates up or down. So no brainer in terms of the extra money. As you can see, I've got it locked up, so get some sort of cable lock, and you can lock it up and it'll keep most honest people at bay. And I don't know if there's a problem. I had this one for a couple years now and I've never had a problem, but I thought this was expensive enough that I'd lock it up. So anyway, hope that helps you make the decision on what type of surge protector to get.